Immigration, rewriting history with a different pen. The global conversation around immigration today is a pivotal topic that transcends borders, politics, and ideologies. While international conflicts, political affiliations, and the security of nations remain critical discussions, the issue that affects all of us more personally and immediately is the economic and social sustainability of our daily lives. The real question isn't about whether a particular political party or group will rise to power, but whether we can continue to provide for ourselves and our families in a world that is rapidly changing. In this context, immigration stands as one of the most complex and hotly debated subjects of our time. It isn't just about who comes into a country or where they are from, it's about how these movements of people shape the economy, culture, and future of a nation. Immigration today is rewriting the history of nations, but unlike in the past, we are doing so with a different pen, one that reflects modern values, technology, and the interconnectedness of our world. Attach the blame game and the politics of distraction. As we face these challenges, there is a growing tendency to look for scapegoats, whether it's pointing fingers at previous administrations or lamenting the perceived decline of a nation's identity. We often seek someone or something to blame for the current state of affairs. The narrative of immigration has frequently been entangled in this blame game, with immigrants themselves being portrayed as either a threat or a solution, depending on the political lens. This need to assign blame distracts us from addressing the root causes of the issues we face, like the endless debate over past political failures, whether it's the actions of George W. Bush post 9/11 or the involvement of other global players in conflicts like the one in Venezuela. Our fixation on the past often keeps us from focusing on what truly needs to be done in the present. Rewriting history, one immigration policy at a time. We are, in essence, rewriting history, but the ink is different. In earlier times, mass migrations were often a result of wars, famine, or colonial expansion. Today, immigration is driven by complex factors such as climate change, economic disparities, political unrest, and even the aftershocks of those historical events. As nations debate how to manage immigration, we see a shift in narrative. Countries once built on the backs of immigrants now grapple with how to integrate new waves of migrants. Policies are being rewritten, sometimes with compassion, sometimes with fear, as governments seek to balance the needs of their citizens with their obligations to the global community. The pen may be different, but the stakes are the same: the future of nations and the well-being of their people. The real crisis: failing to act. While we argue about political outcomes, humanitarian crises, and climate disasters, we fail to recognize that these global issues are all interconnected. Anti-Semitism in the days of Hitler, like today's rise in xenophobia and nationalism, shows how deeply fear and hatred can take root during times of upheaval. Similarly, the trafficking of humans, the exploitation of labor, and the degradation of human rights have all escalated in modern times, fueled by wars, poverty, and climate change. Yet instead of taking decisive action, we often stand still, paralyzed by indecision or blinded by distractions. We rewrite the narrative of the present, waiting for the future to correct itself, a future that never arrives unless we actively shape it. Conclusion: the pen is in our hands. We are all part of this ongoing narrative, and the pen is in our hands. The history of immigration, like many global challenges, is being rewritten daily, not by grand political gestures, but by the decisions we make at the individual and community level. It's about how we treat those who come to our borders seeking safety or opportunity, how we adapt to changing economies, and how we hold our leaders accountable for policies that will shape the world we pass on to future generations. If we want to change the course of history, we need to recognize that we are all authors in this story. The ink may be different, but the power to change remains the same. Let us not wait for a miraculous solution. Instead, let us work to create the world we want to see, one chapter at a time.